Can you explain the duck?
Devyn, meet Theo, AKA Teddy. Teddy, Devyn.
Duck, yeah.
Duck, yeah.
Welcome to the Aftermath. Teddy, happy to have you with this group.
Teddy!
And welcome everyone else to the Aftermath. I'm your host, Devyn Simone, and I am here with the fabulous cast of The Challenge, Spies, Lies, and Allies. And this time I have Tori.
Yay!
Casey.
Yay!
Josh.
Yay!
And Devyn.
Yeah!
Dialing in from Romania, we have Emanuel.
Yeah!
And dialing in from the UK, we have Kyle.
Hey!
The new dad.
Guys!
And you already know Theo.
Yeah!
What's the story behind this?
Listen, Devyn called me up, really simple. He said, here's a duck.
Yeah, I got that for Tori as a present.
Was $33, got it down to 16.
Team mascot.
Alliance member. So now we don't give a
Yeah.
All right, you guys, so this episode, crazy mission, crazy elimination, a lot goes down. Tori, you were team Emerald for life. You were almost like Emerald poster girl. And then next thing I know, you can't leave Emerald City fast enough and you were like, clicking those ruby red slippers just out. What happened?
It was just out of sheer anger. I was just in my happy little home with my friends. We had such a solid team. I feel like I got ripped out of my hermit crab shell, put in another one, and it was like, figured out.
But props to you for, it seemed like Amanda was trying to stir the pot a bit or get a reaction out of you, and you didn't really give her one. You handled it like a champ.
Thank you.
How hard was that?
Oh, I'm still dying inside.
Okay.
She reminds me of just one of those little yappy dogs. You just want to be like, you should be a piece of furniture in a house. Like, I don't want to hear you bark at all. Like, just stay away because you just add nonsense. Yeah, it was really frustrating. I'm still kind of dealing with it, but it is what it is.
What's your relationship with her now?
I think we're almost best friends. I think we're getting there. We're coming together.
Speaking of coming together, Emanuel, how does it feel not to have the love of your life on the same team with you anymore, in the same cell?
You know, I don't know what you're talking about. No.
Good try.
It's
But
hard.
I don't think you can plead the fifth in Romania,
Listen.
though.
It was hard because we couldn't train together for the same team. That was the worst part. It broke my heart when she came after our team. I was like crying. I was like, what are you doing? We didn't kick you out. It happened for you to be there. And now you're coming for me. And I was so heartbroken. I'm still heartbroken right now. She has to do something. She has to talk to me about it.
Emanuel, was it hard, though, to see her, because you guys had been partners and teammates, go all in on Team Ruby?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because I would do the same. If I go in a team, I ride with that team. And in the same time, she had her friends in this team. But I'm still heartbroken, even today.
God.
So now let's talk about the mission, you guys.
You will race into those trenches trying to steal your opponent's dynamite, one stick at a time. At the same time, they're gonna be doing the same thing to you.
So, Casey, could you remind us what you all had to do for this particular mission?
Oh man, there were 3 stations. You got the Ruby team, the Sapphire team, and the Emerald team, and pretty much we all had to take turns running down the trench, and we all ran at the same time, and we gotta go to the opposite bunker to grab dynamite, bring it back to your base, and then whoever got the 20 dynamites first would win, and yeah, it got messy.
This was another classic Ruby duck up. The deal was simple. Take from Emerald every single time.
Yeah.
And if there's 2 on 1, eventually we're gonna be obsolete.
Yeah, so what do you guys think about Kyle doing the Kyle thing, okay, and like forgetting the deal that was made?
Okay, City, look this! City! What are we doing?
Kyle, what the? I feel like Kyle just likes to go against the grain. If you tell him to go this way, he's gonna go this way, you know? And that's his strategy, and I feel like he just thrives off of that.
You know, Kyle in that mission and in other missions, TJ sets these up for people to take the bait, to mix the water up, to stir the pot when things are too calm, and Kyle takes the bait every single time. Yeah. He did it in the sabotage mission against me initially. He did it in this one. He cannot help but take the bait.
Yeah.
He likes to eat the forbidden fruit.
I actually had spoke with Nelson before. Nelson came to me with this idea, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we're going to work together, and we're going to work against Emerald." And I was like, yeah, cool, let's do it. But then I did say to Nelson, and Tori, you should back me up here because you were in the OTF as well. I said to Nelson, I said, is CT okay with us taking Dynamite off them? And Nelson was like, yeah, man, yeah, he wants us to win and then we're going to save them. And I was like, oh, yeah, cool, we'll do that. And then it didn't work out.
Tori, is that true? I see you.
I don't even know what they're talking. What I believe Kyle, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I do, like half the stuff Nelson says. I don't.
Me too.
The whole game plan was, hey, we all agreed, guys. I'm gonna call the shot. You listen.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where to go.
Yeah, that is true, actually. Yeah, that is true.
Kyle, why didn't you say this during the mission to protect yourself?
It didn't matter what Kyle said at that point. As soon as we saw him take a Dynamite from Sapphire, he could have said anything. No one was going to believe him.
Oh, yeah, I was going in. I knew that as well. I was fine with it.
And Josh, you seem to be probably the most upset with Kyle out of anybody. Why is that?
Talk that down there. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's go. Yeah. That's what I like. Bring the smoke.
Josh,
Bring it.
Yeah, I'm gonna slam his bitch ass. We went from working together the whole season as vets, and I love Kyle. All game aside, Kyle's one of my favorite people. So to see that switch, I saw red. I was like, all right, game, you guys wanna play dirty? Let's go. I love the guy, but in the game, he does things where it just like constantly screws me over, kind of, you know?
Yeah, and Tori and Deb, we see you guys really get into it also in this episode.
I had to do what I had to do because
Okay, good. Then at least say that.
That's
Don't
what I've
sit
been
there
saying.
and say, okay, you guys didn't protect me, so I'm going at Emerald.
Devyn,
It's
you're
all
no.
bull. I'm smart enough to not buy bull when I see it, and I don't expect it from one of my best friends, Tori.
Have you smoothed things over? Devyn, are you still upset?
No,
Brought me a duck.
I mean, look at the duck. The difficult part of this, and I don't blame Tori for this, because what you get from Tori, if she is on your team or aligned with you, is somebody that can't turn it off when the horn blows.
I agree.
And that has its benefits, and that has things about it that are problematic at times, especially if you're on the receiving end of it.
I was not thinking about my friends on that team during that time because I was so caught up in my emotions. I was so mad that Amanda stole my spot. I'm not gonna let that bitch win a mission. All I could think about was her. I was not remembering that all of my friends were on that team, so I really up, and I feel really bad.
And it was a guy's day.
And I
That was
feel
the
really
part.
bad. I do feel really bad. It was such an ego thing for me.
I saw the flip switch when she put those shoulder pads on. She started walking around and stretching
Foaming
out.
out the mouth.
Yeah, and I was like, I said, Tori, don't forget where all your friends are.
Yeah.
What bunker we're in.
Right.
There was no talking to her.
Well, you know what? For the challenge, the next challenge after our team was broken up, for the next challenge should be something so contact like that.
Yeah.
There's so much built up in everybody.
Yeah.
We're like, you know what? Okay, cool. We about to
Well,
smash
and
heads
so
in
that
here.
was the crazy part, by the way. I mean, like seeing again the family, they're split up, and now you two. It goes down pretty hard.
I
Like,
told her too. I was like, I'll be mad if you didn't go full force, right? We got pads on for a reason. We're not gonna sit there and play patty cake down there. I want you to come full force, even though we're on two separate teams, because I respect that. So I was okay with her coming full throttle. I didn't take it personal, right? And I had fun down there.
Dude, me too. I have a lot of respect for Casey. Like, it sucks that all of this got inevitably directed at her because I was taking my anger out on this person right here who did literally nothing to me. But we were down there wrestling at some points, and we would be, I'm like, Case, it's all love. Like, we would be talking like that to each other in the middle of like this.
I think the girls hit harder than the guys.
Really?
The way they hit each other. Sometimes I saw them crash into each other. I was like, holy.
I've been waiting these past 3 seasons to put on some pads
Yeah,
and just
same,
run through
same.
a bitch. You know what I mean? I was just waiting. I said, this is it. Like, this is my moment. It was awesome.
I'm looking at this from a female perspective, thinking, finals right around the corner. This is a high probability of injury. My ass is chilling.
Yeah.
And so I respect the fact that they went so hard for us, and I get that. But I wasn't even going that. Well, as soon as I saw it was 2-on-1, we're gonna lose. Let me make sure I don't get hurt and
That's
lose.
smart. I mean, did it ever cross your mind though at any point, either of you, Casey or Tori, that like it is a guy's day, kind of like what
No.
Deb said about like
No.
I'm very aware too. I'm like, okay, cool. We're getting towards the end. I need to be careful. But I played women's football for a very long time. I know how to hit, so I'm like, okay, let me not do the most, but let me just at least play the game. And it's hard. It's sometimes we're very competitive, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to just turn that off. I wasn't gonna hurt
Nelson
myself.
did the same thing. Like Nelson, as both teams are coming to our bunker, Logan's in front of him and grabbing a stick of dynamite. and Nelson like forearm shivers him clean into our table. They had teamed up against us. And it was still like they could not. I was watching this unfold being like, they cannot help themselves.
I mean, honestly,
Like, it's just ridiculous. And I'm like, this is just so not my style of play.
And that shows the difference between the more strategic, Dev, your gameplay leads with strategy and you have the other stuff to back it up. And some other people, strategy's there, but maybe it's a little lower. So
Super emotional player,
I mean, it cost me my game, this mission. So I think the biggest lesson that I took from it was don't let my temper, which is hard for me, but if we would have just had a conversation and be like, let it just be anybody's game. We're all friends here, but we're, like we said, we're so
that wasn't gonna work.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could have gone back.
Those people.
Yeah, I'm like, let's play it out. I mean, that was our intention. We weren't gonna let whoever won.
Well, we had been doing Aquamarine all season, too. This is an understated situation.
Yeah.
There was a Sapphire Emerald alliance throughout the entire game, which is why everyone wanted to get off of Ruby and go to either Emerald or Sapphire to be Aquamarine. It was the team up that threw us all off guard. If you say you didn't have this deal, you are a liar. Every single person on every single cell had the, if I get voted in, I will not call you out deal with their cell. One of us from Emerald is going in no matter what, because no one from Sapphire is picking anyone from Sapphire. No one from Ruby's picking anyone from Ruby. It leaves one team, no matter who gets voted in. So one of us is going down there no matter what, and that's why the team up was so painful, is because it was a 100% chance that one of us was potentially gonna go home.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's talk nominations, you guys.
We already know that this is happening.
What?
You're gonna
I don't
vote
know
me
what's
in?
happening.
Come on, CT. We've had a friendship for years.
Do we have a friendship?
I honestly do believe we do, Chris.
We do?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We talk about our families, we talk about everything, we share rooms together every season. Come on, bro. You're trying to look me in the face now and say we're not friends.
Kyle.
Okay. Vote me in.
Is that what, I'm not voting.
No.
That's it.
No,
You needed
bro.
to justify it? Is that
We
what
are
you
friends.
needed?
We
So
are
we're not
friends.
talking anymore?
Yeah, it's weird. He does this all the time. He goes through the whole challenge and he's like mine and Devyn's best friend, and then when it comes to the end, he just ends up like either screwing us over or voting us in. It happens every time. That's just the way CT plays. It hurt him saying we weren't friends, because I even said to Devyn, I said that hurts because I've done 6 seasons with CT now, or 7 seasons or something like that. He knows everything about my home life. I know everything about his home life. Don't say we're not friends. I f you over. I'm going in, but do not say I'm not your friend.
And we were all living in the same bunk bed, pretty much. It was like it was a real awkward couple days.
It was Devyn. You'll back me up here. That was weird. He said that, wasn't it?
I do believe that you guys are friends, and I think that it was just CT using anything that CT could use to make his decision easier.
Yeah. That's why in the conversation, but I was very calm when I was having the conversation with CT, and I was saying to him, and like, I'm sorry for you over today. My fault. I understand if you have to put me in. But CT kept on raising his voice and trying to get an argument out of us. And then he also tried to get me to talk about Eman and Josh and then get them involved into the conversation to like turn the whole house against me. CT, I'm not
No,
go back
I'm
and
talking
argue with
loud
your
now
man.
so that everybody hears that you want different options and you want me to do your dirty work.
You do this every season.
I don't do this every season. You take the first shot.
You did it with
You
me.
take, oh yeah.
Shout out to the whole house. This is what's happening.
Kyle.
Classic CT, that's what he does, but at the end of the day, he's the best person that's ever played this game.
How are you guys now, though?
Yeah, good, really good, really good. I spoke to him yesterday or the day before, but yeah, seems like we're friends again. Now we're outside the house.
So you're friends again till the next challenge when it comes down to who's gonna
We have a weird dynamic.
I don't know. You'll have to ask him that.
Good, Kyle.
Good luck, Kylie.
Got this, bro. You got this.
Best of luck, Kyle.
Let's go, kid.
And Kyle, do you think Emanuel should have gone in, being that he was the last rookie that hadn't gone into elimination?
Yeah, actually, no, I think back to it. Yeah, I fucking wish you went in. I don't even think, the funny thing is, I removed myself so much from the game, I don't even think I tried to convince them not to put me in. I was just like, I couldn't be bothered at that point to beg them. So I was just like, oh, I don't care, I'll go in.
Emanuel, how do you think you avoided being the house vote?
I don't know. I was in good relationships with the agency. We needed 2 votes to get like compromised agents. So Hogan and Amy wouldn't vote for me. So
That's a game well played for being a rookie to get to this point, and now you sort of have some vets on your side, and you have the remaining rookies on your side.
yeah, well, I'm coming from Survivor, so you really need a strong social game. And
Yeah.
I'm also a nice guy. Come on, I'm a nice guy.
And that too, Emanuel, that too. Let's get into the elimination.
I think I've got a better chance tonight against Josh, so sorry, Josh, but it's you, brother.
All right, Josh, how you feel?
I mean, I expected it, TJ. Kyle makes a lot of promises in this game he can't keep.
promise you.
It's fine, I'm locked in. I knew I was gonna come down anyways. Can't trust his word, so I'm ready to compete.
I believe it was going to come down to Emanuel or Josh. Now there's $1 million in the line and it's right around the corner. It wasn't as much like an unknown as, well, what direction is he gonna go in?
Yeah.
And Kyle will, and I'll back him up on this too. He said several times, it's probably 70% Emanuel, but there's a 30% chance I'm going to pick Josh if I like the matchup and I like what I see. Although he's done shady things in this game, the calling out of Josh, although it was maybe not the best moral move because of the assistance Emerald had provided him throughout the game, it was not something that he like blindsided him with. He did say, there's a 30% chance I'm going to call you out.
I didn't like doing it. Eman, I'll even admit to you, I was going to pick Eman. I even told Eman before it. I said, I'm probably going to pick you here. But as soon as I knew it was a jumping far competition, I was like, hell to...
Emanuel, how do you think you were able to avoid going into this elimination?
I couldn't avoid it. I just told him I'm gonna kick his ass, and that was my only weapon, just threatening him.
You
I'm
would
gonna
have in
drink
that
your
one.
blood. Yeah.
Tori, did you think that Emanuel was gonna go in?
Yeah, I did. Because Kyle was talking to me before he went in, and like basically I had gone up to Kyle and cried, begging not to throw Devyn in. He was like, I'm best friends with Devyn. I'm not gonna put in Devyn. You know, 'cause
Yeah,
we
that was
got
a really
into it.
weird move.
Yeah, because we got into it after the whole challenge because,
Right.
you know, it was a guy's day and I felt really bad. It all kind of settled in. But when he told me it was going to be either Emanuel or Josh, I was just like, I can't even respond on this. Like, this is not my place to tell you who to pick. I don't want either one of those guys to go in. I don't want Kyle to go in. So,
Right.
I don't know. I didn't want any of them to go home.
I don't want to put my hands on Josh. And that's not just because he's my friend. I just don't think I can move him. I think he's really strong.
Kyle's
So I was
a
like,
beast.
nah, I'm not picking Josh if it's anything physical. But then seeing that it was like a jump, like an apparatus, and it was like a jumping thing, I was kind of like, because now I have to pick him, and I'm going to piss off a guy that has had my back, and he is a friend. But if I don't pick Josh, I'm going to piss off the two people I was working with the whole time, which was Devyn and Nelson. But if I pick Eman, I am 100% going home. He's like a frog. He's like a frog. I even admitted that. I'm going to hold my hands up and I'm not going to say, oh yeah, I could probably beat everyone in this. No, Eman probably, he would have beat me. That's what he does. He's a dancer. He jumps.
Yeah.
And I just thought I didn't think I could beat Josh, but I thought I had a better opportunity against Josh of winning.
The bridge is missing 16 planks. The only way to get those planks is to jump off of this platform and ring a bell before coming down to the ground, grabbing one plank at a time, climbing up the ladder, and placing it. You missed the bell, you gotta go back up and try again. Once you've placed all 16 planks, you will then hit that lever and burn your bridge.
I still have PTSD over this.
I'm sorry. I mean, I have to say, walking into it though, I sort of had my money on Kyle. That's rare, but I did in this. But you did you put up a fight.
Yeah.
Like, you really, are you at least proud of yourself and how hard you went?
No, I'm not. I mean, to be real with you, I'm Kyle's biggest hype man, because I know Kyle has all heart and no quit in him, and I don't know why people underestimate him all the time. It's embarrassing for me to say this, but I was defeated mentally. I was, and I think that I could have kept going. I know I could have kept moving. I was just so crossed by Kyle, even though he said it. With everything that had transpired in the game and all of that, I was just so beat up mentally,
So
more
did
than
you
physically.
even think strategy
Yeah.
then going into the elimination, or were you?
Even in the motion of it all, I was just kind of in shock, if I'm being real with you, like while it went down. But I mean, I give it to Kyle. That guy is an absolute beast, and I was hoping that it would be the first time I would make a final, but I'm so proud of him in the game that he played and how far he made it. So I don't have no hard feelings, but it just sucked how it all went down.
I thought you were gonna win because your endurance is crazy.
Yeah,
And you know, Kyle never works out. Josh worked out three
All the
times a
time.
day, right? So
Yeah.
they're both good in their own ways. But I thought Josh was gonna have this because his endurance is amazing.
Yeah.
He just mentally gets to in his own head.
And his feelings.
You know,
and then,
yeah, he really
for
does,
real.
and that's what really messes him up. And he could have had that if he was locked in, not worried about anything else. And I thought he honestly was gonna have it. You
Came
know?
down to
so-
the bell.
Yeah.
It just came down to the
Once
bell.
I missed the bell a
efficient,
couple
yep.
times, I was like,
Timing that jump was very important.
Yeah.
Keeping the bell in motion was very important.
What do you think was the hardest part, Kyle, of that particular elimination?
Knowing that Josh doesn't quit and he runs like 10 miles a day. I think I just worked out with Josh the day before. So we were running around the garden, like the complex, and Josh was doing it with me, but he had a medicine ball on his back while he was running. And I got tired and I stopped working out, and Josh just kept on running around the garden with the medicine ball. I was like, that kid's not going to stop.
Devyn, so this part was interesting. Everyone seemed to be rooting for Josh while this is happening. People seem to be kind of mad at Kyle at the moment, but you remain silent.
Hashtag dial. I don't know if people understand the extent of me and Josh working together, because it really was the fusion of two massive alliances, and it allowed the Vet Alliance to work because we were able to put our differences aside. Without him vouching for me, there's no Casey for me, there's no Nani, there's no Fessy, right? Without me vouching for him, there's no Nelson, there's no Corey, there's no CT, there's probably no Kyle. Although I wanted to obviously see them both win, I wasn't going to pick a side and root for somebody or tell somebody how to do it. I needed my guys to solve that one on their own. And from a selfish player's perspective, who do I think I have a better chance at winning a final? Me and Josh started our alliance together because we both said to each other mutually,
we have the best chance.
I think we have the best chance
Yeah.
of beating each other.
Yeah.
And Kyle's been there. He's got experience. He's a dog in this game.
Yeah.
He is underestimated, right? He's seen these things before. Josh hasn't yet made it to a final. He's got less experience. So in that angle, I wanted Josh to win. In the angle of hashtag dial, I wanted Kyle to win. So shut the up, Devyn.
Yeah. And I think that's something too that viewers don't always get, but that sideline cheer plays into the strategy as well, because
Big time.
people are looking back and listening to, or people will tell on people, you know, so-and-so was cheering for da-da-da.
What people don't realize is when they were shouting for Josh and giving him advice, I was just taking that advice and using it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CT was giving Josh advice, and fair enough. CT's advice to Josh was very good because I used it and it worked.
So you guys are friends, basically. CT inadvertently helped you.
Indirectly.
Out of the elimination wins I've ever done, that was my least enjoyable one. I know that's not going to make a difference to you now, Josh, but I did not enjoy that. You mean that's the guys? I did not like picking you and I did not like beating you. I didn't celebrate or anything.
Good job, Kyle. Good work. Okay, it's that time. Challenge Aftermath game time. We are gonna play Challenge Feud. Teddy, this is a thing we do on Aftermath, okay? And since you're new here, I got you a mustache as well. Teddy, so there we go. Woo!
Perfect.
I think that's perfect. I think that you're ready to go. You are ready. Okay, it's time to break out the mustache again. But look, we already did the tape. I don't want to mess up my makeup this time, so I'm gonna just hold it. All right, we're about to play a game of Challenge Feud. That's what the mustache means. And so we surveyed our lovely Challenge fan base across social media and got their thoughts on the challenge. You all need to guess the 5 most popular
Good answer, good answer, good answer.
The most popular answer gets the most points. The least popular answer gets the least points. And if you get it wrong, Teddy's gonna make fun of you. You're out of the game, all right? First question. Name something you might have to eat in a food challenge.
A brain.
Yes,
Balls.
brain is
Big
one.
balls, big
Testicles
balls.
is the number 1 answer. Good
Testicles.
job.
Cheeto peppers. No. Cheeto
Insects.
Chilies.
No, those are good
Chilies.
guesses, but no.
Insects.
California Reaper.
Oh, tongue, yes, Emanuel. Tongue, good job.
Eyeballs.
Yes,
Eyeballs.
Raisins.
Big Mac.
We all have this.
A heart.
Blood.
Yes. All of that sounds nasty. Super nasty. Okay, number 2. The most infamous challenge moment in challenge history.
Backpack.
What are the number? Yes, that is number 1.
Johnny stealing the money.
Yes, that's number 2.
Obviously.
Ashley stealing the money.
Nope.
Me beating Johnny?
No.
No.
No? You think so? That's a top Devyn moment. That's a top Devyn
So
moment.
one of them does involve Johnny.
Johnny and Wes are going against each other?
Johnny and Wes working together is one.
Oh, getting hit in the face with the shoe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other one is an iconic moment, even though a life was lost.
Wig
Oh, big
No, not Big T's either. Josh, have you ever seen this show?
No, I haven't.
Okay, question number 3. Name something TJ might say.
That's sick. This is sick.
Badass.
You killed it.
It's gnarly.
What'd you say? No.
You killed it? It's not on there?
You suck.
Nope.
Don't be a bitch.
No, but you're moving in the right.
Don't be a pussy ass bitch.
Theo, hit her, please.
Don't be a quitter.
Okay, yes, I hate quitters.
I hate quitters.
Yes, that's one.
Great job. Great job.
No.
Hothead, something with being a hothead.
He has said this too. What does TJ say when you go home?
Hope to see you next time.
Hope
Hope to see you next season.
This ends your time here on the challenge, but also, yes, I hope to see you again in the future. So those two. What's the thing you guys are competing to do at the end? You want to do what?
Run
Welcome to
TJ's
my
final.
Yes. And then one more. If you are a quitter, we already said he hates
Don't come
quitters.
back.
Basically,
See you
he
never.
said, yes. Hope to see you never.
How did So Sick not make it?
I know,
on
or
there?
badass.
Yeah.
Oh, gnarly.
How did y'all not guess this ends your time here on the challenge? Because if you've
That's
been
true.
eliminated, your time has been ended. I'm looking at you, Josh.
Jesus Christ.
It's okay. I still love you, Josh. I love you all. This ends your time here on The Aftermath. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's all we've got for this episode of The Challenge Aftermath. I'm your host, Devyn Simone. This is my mustache. That's Theo. He's new here. Be nice to him. Be sure to check out all new episodes of The Challenge, Spies, Lies, and Allies, Wednesday nights only on MTV. Now here's a look at next week's episode. Damn, my arm's tired.
Kyle's back on Sapphire. I don't know how I feel about it.
Hold it open.
Two things. He thinks he's coming in for safety, or he's coming in to sabotage.
You hurt my feelings. If you don't apologize, you're about to lose a friend.
For what?
Just say sorry. That's it. That's all I'm asking. Say, Tori, I'm sorry.